Guys, we held out hope, and even though I became doubtful at times, it actually happened. Students from year 11, year 12, year 13, and those of you who are taking your GCSEs and A levels either earlier or later, you've all been given the grades that your teachers and your centres assigned for you. And of course, these are also known as the CAGs, or the centre assessed grades. Now, this follows weeks and months of troubling news, protests, complaints, threats of legal action, misunderstandings, and angry outbursts, even for myself sometimes. But finally, we can stop stressing, take it easy, and just breathe a little bit easier. Of course, we're still awaiting the GCSE results days, which are still to come, so of course there's still a bit of nervousness. And of course, those of you who took A levels but didn't necessarily get your grades from the school, you will also be waiting for your grades. But overall, this is good news. This is good news, and something that lets you know that at least your future won't be determined by an algorithm. This means that those of you GCSE students who are getting your grades on the 20th of August, on Thursday, if you're from a historically poor performing school, or if you're from a disadvantaged area or disadvantaged school, that won't affect your grades anymore. Your teachers are the ones that would have decided for you. You now have a fairer chance of getting the grades that you want and the grades that you deserve. And for those of you taking your AS or A-level exams, if you missed out on those grades that would have got you to where you need to go or wanted to go, you might still get those, especially if you already know your CAGs and know that you were going to get them anyway. Those grades are now yours. Now, this all sounds good, and make no mistake, it is good, but this is still a bittersweet victory. For starters, A-level students who got rejected by universities because they didn't have the grades required by their conditional offers, what happens to them? A lot of them have already had their places filled by students going through clearing. Quite a few students have already told me that when they called out their university and told them, I'm going to appeal the grade, and hopefully because of my mocks and what my teachers expected me to get, there's a chance that I will meet the condition of the offer, that university said, no, the course is full. There's no chance of you getting on the course now. So what happens to those students? Surely this would have been a better announcement to have made before the exam results date on Thursday. So unfortunately for some, it looks like it might be too little, too late. And of course, the situation once again leans in favour of the private school students, whose students received better grades in the first place. So they would have had the chance to go through clearing to get better places to fill up those spots, whereas those in lower performing schools in disadvantaged areas wouldn't have been able to do that. Also, with Ofqual withdrawing that statement about appeals that they made on Saturday, the question is, how exactly will appeals work now? And how are we going to go about it? Because there's still going to be a lot of students who want to appeal their teachers' grades. Are we going to go back to that system that we had back when I made that video about the appeals and complaints process? Are we going to go back to that, or is there going to be something different entirely? Because don't forget, although us as teachers claim ourselves to be unbiased as a whole, when it comes down to it, we are human and we are made up of many, many different people from many, many different backgrounds with many, many different views. So you will not weed out unfairness completely out of us and bias completely out of us, no matter how much you try. So we know that there's been lots of statistics and evidence that shows that certain groups are at a disadvantage when it comes to predicting grades and teachers assigning grades. So are they going to miss out? Hopefully not. So at the moment, there's a whole lot of questions buzzing through everyone's head, and I'm sure that we're going to get a lot of these answers over the next few days. But I just wanted to quickly make this video to update you guys and to also make a space where you guys could comment your opinions, because I know you love sharing your opinions and telling me what you think about this sort of stuff and how this might affect you, and I really want to know. So let me know down in the comments below how this might affect you, how this makes you feel, and you know what your whole outlook on the entire thing is. I know personally, as I've already said, my opinion of Ofqual and of quite a few of the organisations that were involved in this has really gone down, really diminished, and you know, it really just stresses the need for a little bit more organisation and a little bit more preparedness and a little bit more wider thinking and just thinking of others, people in different situations to you, people who aren't like you, people who may be more at a disadvantage and more at an advantage, and noticing that and being aware of that and putting in the plans to make sure that the playing field is as level as can be possible in this very unfair and unlevel world. So that's all for now. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, but for those of you who have subscribed, make sure to give us a like, and that's all for it now. When an update comes, I'll fill you in. Until next time.